Hi, I know this is a super random, last minute, super surprise live stream, but I just wanted to go live for a quick second I hope I'm on the right channel. I need to check that, to ask you to please give me some questions so that we can do a live Q&A later on this channel. I would like to answer some questions about lead magnets. I think that's a thing that some of us could use some help with. Um, of course, I'm willing to answer questions about like YouTube channel growth, YouTube marketing. If you have questions about like running a business in a non-gross way, right? How to run a business that's not exploitative, but like a more specific question than that. I would love for you to give me some questions and then for us to prepare, for me to prepare something so that we can do an actual live Q&A later. I know this is an unorthodox way of asking you for questions. And I know I don't look like a person who was planning to go live on YouTube. It's because I was not planning to go live on YouTube. But I just ran out of time to do this any other way. I ran out of time to do a poll on LinkedIn. I ran out of time to do a community post. I ran out of time to do anything except for hit the go live button and say, hello, do you have questions? Ask me questions. So there's 7 eyeballs here. If you have a question for me now about whatever, right? For Stephanie Perry Media stuff. If you have questions about YouTube, questions about lead magnets, questions about whatever, go ahead and ask me some questions. I'm going to collect them. If you're watching the replay, I'm talking to you as well. In the comments of this video, please ask some questions, and I will do an actual planned, prepared Q&A sometime soon, sometime before Christmas, which has to be next week, sometime next week. I'd like to end December out with just a little Q&A over here. We're not doing any Write With Me sessions this weekend, but we'll be back at that on Monday. So we'll be back to doing co-working sessions Monday through Thursday of next week. And then I guess we'll take another little break for Christmas and then get right back at it. And then after the majority of my book is done, we'll probably cut back on the writing sessions or cut back on the co-working sessions, but I'll probably still keep some on the calendar every week so that we can still do some work together, but not 4 days a week like we've been doing. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Write With Me and co-working sessions after that. Okay? All right, so that's all I came to do. All I came to do was say hi, and I'd like to do a live Q&A with you guys, but I need some questions, and I think this is the kind of channel where I would need the questions ahead of time. So I'm just asking you to deposit your questions in the chat or in the comments so that we can do an actual Q&A later. Because I think the lead magnet thing is the thing. Lead magnet questions are questions that I'd need some prep for. So, for example, if your questions are about your lead magnet, you need to tell me what kind of business you have and what kind of clients you're looking for the lead magnet to draw, right, to attract. That's why I think I need these questions ahead of time. Hi, Sita. I bought the YouTube course and wanted to know when another challenge would be offered. All right, good. Good. All right, so let's get this YouTube channel together, Sita. Sita's talking about my Get Found on YouTube Masterclass, which is available at vicarious.com/getfound. See how quickly I can do this. /getfound. My YouTube Masterclass teaches you how to identify your niche, right? Who are you talking to on YouTube? Who do you need to talk to, especially if you're trying to bring them into your business? Who do you need to talk to on YouTube? Who else is talking to that audience on YouTube? And what are they talking about? What is your ideal audience watching on YouTube? The Get Found on YouTube Masterclass walks you through those things so that you can make videos that the algorithm will know how to suggest to the right people. YouTube's algorithm is the best on the internet at knowing what people want to watch and what very specific people want to watch. So, the Get Found on YouTube Masterclass teaches you this. I also host a challenge called the YouTube Success Challenge where we do this together and where you can get feedback from me, where you can meet a community of other YouTube creators, and I give you feedback not only on like your answers to those questions, but feedback on your actual videos. When is your question? All that talking to not answer your question because I don't have an answer, Sita. We're going to do the challenge, I hope, in February. I don't have anything planned on the calendar yet. Clarice and I get together January 17th. Clarice is my employee, but her title is something that I can never remember. Student success coach. She's got every time I say a different title. Clarice and I need to get together and decide when we're going to host the challenge next. February, I hope. But like the 1st of February, the last of February, I don't know yet. Because you have the master class, you're like on like an unofficial wait list. So you will know. I will email and announce when we're doing that challenge and that it's time to sign up. So all of that to say, I don't know yet. Hopefully February. And that's as close as I have, as close of an answer as I can give you. Hey, Words Move Poetry. Okay, so your question is, what is your process for editing and writing? Okay, so I'm gonna just take a whole bunch of screenshots for questions. I'm here, guys, if you just joined in, hello. I'm just asking for questions so that we can do some Q&A stuff later, like next week, but I feel like I needed to get the questions ahead of time. All right. Hi, Amita. I am ready for Monday. Okay, I will not be working overtime. Okay, working on my own things. Good. So Amita's been joining our co-working sessions, but during the co-working sessions, she's been doing overtime at her job. Okay, good. This week it's all about you, Amita. Okay, good. Yes, all about working on what you want, doing the things that you want to do. I'm glad to hear it. Our co-working sessions have been Monday through Thursday, 5:30 a.m. Central Time, 6:30 Eastern Time. If that's not a good time for you to join our co-working sessions, just watch the replay, right? Just watch the replay and work along with us as if it's live, okay? Words Move Poetry just established a book club for private members. How do readers find my group on Facebook? Okay. Facebook used to be better for marketing than it is today. But this is one that this is a good question to ask for the Q&A. Facebook used to be a place where, Facebook used to be pretty good at recommending things to the right people. It's not anymore. Facebook now, all they want is for you to pay, right? If you're not running Facebook ads to things, your work is not reaching people. So, yeah, that's a good question to ask. Right off the bat, I would say make sure that the name of your book club is very clear. The name, and if you can give it a subtitle, right? So who is it for? What types of books? Make sure it's very clear, because one thing Facebook will do is it will show people. If anybody searches book clubs, right? Maybe book clubs for manifestation, right? I don't know okay, so you're probably more of a poetry book club, I would guess. But let's say it's a book, if somebody's looking for book clubs that read manifestation books, it would really help you if your book club title said something about manifestation for, and if it's for women, say it's for women. If it's for Black women, say it's for Black women. The title of your thing on Facebook really matters. The title of your Facebook group really does matter. But I'll give you a better answer when I get some time to work through a better answer for you. Yeah, I need to do the challenge again. So controversial opinion, I don't think you need to do the challenge again. If you participated in the challenge, the YouTube Success Challenge, and you have your workbook, just go back to it over and over. You still have the replay lessons, I believe. That's a good question. When is the last time I've sent you guys a link to watch the replays for your challenge? I can't remember when the last time is, but you probably still have the link somewhere to the replays of the lessons. People are welcome to come back to the challenge, and I do have people do the YouTube Success Challenge more than once, but you have the tools. I put the challenge and the workbook together to give you the tools to do it. So you just have to go back to that well, right? Go back to it. Go back to your workbook, go back to the replays. You're welcome, you're welcome. Okay, hi Winnie. All right, so I'm just stopping in. As you can, like I said, it's clear that I was not planning to go live on YouTube. I do not look like a person who was going live on YouTube, but I backed myself into a corner where nothing else would work. I couldn't ask for your questions any other way than to go live on YouTube. So I want to do a nice lengthy live Q&A sometime next week, and I'm asking you to give me your questions. You can give me questions about YouTube. If you have questions about book marketing and book writing, right, what I can tell you so far, right? If you have questions about just running a business that's not greedy and slimy, how to try to start a business that is in a capitalist world that is trying to employ some anti-capitalist techniques, strategies, I'm down to talk about that as well. It's a struggle that I'm having because there's not a lot of content, not a lot of materials out there. If this happens to be your specialty, please holler at your girl. I would love to interview you. Not a lot of people out here are talking about how to run an anti-capitalist business, but I know it's possible because businesses are doing it. There are certified B Corps out there. But who is teaching lessons? Who is teaching anti-capitalist business lessons? Nobody, I don't think. So that's a thing that I would love, that's a conversation I would love to have on this channel. Hi, Mainstream Beauty. What's the difference between the challenge and Get Found? The challenge and Get Found on YouTube, the masterclass, cover the same ground, okay? So you don't need both, okay? If you're a person who would prefer to learn and get feedback, come to the challenge, unless you don't want to wait until February, okay? They cover the same ground. They both cover how to determine what your niche is, and your niche is your audience, not your topics. Your niche is your audience, right? How to get clear on your niche, how to find out who on YouTube already talks to these people, because on YouTube, everybody that you want to reach is already watching YouTube and they're already watching specific YouTubers, right? Everybody, listen, Black women who want to move abroad are watching specific YouTubers. So if you're coming onto YouTube to make a channel about moving abroad, you don't have to start from zero. There are already YouTubers out here talking this talk. And you just need to tell the algorithm, I'm related to them. Seriously, that is YouTube. That's how YouTube works. I happened to get into a thing that was a little undone when I started, right? People weren't really making videos about house sitting. Even people who were house sitting, like Tanaj and Tina, weren't making videos yet about house sitting. They had made videos about moving to Malaysia. And so sometimes you'll find that you're in a niche that is new and it's harder to find the people, but they're still watching someone. That someone just may be in a parallel niche. Your question though, is what is the difference between the two? They cover the same material. The challenge is just a live challenge with me, with feedback, with community. The Get Found on YouTube Masterclass is solo dolo, right? So if you want some community, if you want some feedback from me, if you want to be able to ask questions, come to the challenge. But I don't know when we're having it. I'm sorry, okay? We're hosting it in February, probably in February. That's as close as I can get you today. You can still get on the wait list for the challenge. I can do this. Vicarious.com/challenge. Okay, so if you want to get on the wait list for the next YouTube Success Challenge, just go to vicarious.com/challenge and sign up for the wait list. If you already have the Get Found on YouTube Masterclass, you're on an unofficial wait list and you'll be emailed as well. If you're a person who wants to do the masterclass yourself now and come to the challenge later, students do that. That's a thing. I'm not going to dissuade you from doing it, but you may not need it. You may not need the challenge once you take the masterclass. The masterclass is helpful. I've actually re-recorded the masterclass a couple of times to make it look fancier and jazzier, right? And every time I'm like, actually, the first one is too good, right? I can't, just leave the first one alone. So that's the difference. Feedback, community, the ability to ask questions. Okay. All right, will I be looking for beta readers? Yes, probably I'll start with my Patreon community. So a beta reader is the person who reads your book first, right? They're your first readers for your book. They give you some feedback. After the editor and the proofreader have done their part, the beta readers come in and read for you. Hopefully your beta readers are people who are familiar with you, like a little familiar with you and your work. They're not total strangers. So Yes, but I think in my Patreon community, I don't plan to do like an open like call for beta readers. I think there's probably enough inside of the Patreon for that. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe people don't have time to read a book and give me feedback. So the answer is yes. Hello, Anya. Hello. Yes. Okay. So I think that was it. So I'm just reminding you, leave some questions because I would love to do a full-on Q&A for this channel next week. And I need to know what you want to know. Okay. So we can talk about YouTube stuff. We can talk about lead magnet stuff. We can talk about coaching business stuff. We can talk about just like running a business in an ethical, fair, equitable way. Okay. All right. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Okay, wait, hold on. The sweet spot with Deonda. When starting, do you find it better to create a series of shorts to try to gain an audience? Oh, that's a good question. Let me take a screenshot. I'm going to answer your question in the live stream later, but I'll tell you now. Shorts, you have to treat YouTube Shorts like they're a totally different entity. Even though it's one YouTube channel, your shorts are not going to give you viewers to your longs. Shorts are not going to give you viewers to your content. Even if some people do subscribe, they are people who have said, I like short form content. I want my videos to be 60 seconds or less. They're not going to watch a 20-minute video of yours, okay? So you need to, if you're making short content, it needs to be standalone. And don't expect people to come from your short content and watch your other videos. I don't see it working for other people, right? Shorts are shorts and they're good. They pack a punch, but don't expect shorts to give you an audience for your other stuff. It's its own thing. You have to treat it like it's its own thing. Pretend like it's a whole different platform, even though they're both the same YouTube channel. You can treat it like a different channel. So, would I use shorts to try to? It depends on your thing. If your audience could be fully served with short form content, then sure. If your audience cannot be served with short content, then your shorts aren't doing anything to help you serve your audience. You know what I mean? So the subscribers that you get for the shorts are not watching the other stuff. Just pretend like there is a wall there. If it's worth it for you to make shorts because people can be served in that way, then do it. If it's not worth it to make shorts, I don't make shorts, right? I have one short with 7,000 views, and I was like, I don't even know these people didn't do anything. They didn't cross over anywhere, right? It's a house sitting short. People didn't cross over anywhere. I don't see anyone's channel making progress through shorts unless they are a dedicated shorts channel. We'll talk about this in the live Q&A though. Okay, that was a very good question. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so stay tuned here. Stay tuned here. When it's time for me to look for some beta readers, I'll go ahead and announce it over here too, not just in the Patreon. Hi, Letitia, do you have a launch date for your book? No. Early 2023. I'm satisfied with saying it'll be in the first quarter of next year, but no. I'm at a place now where it's time for me to decide on that, but it's up to the editor. I'd have to find an editor who can give me a January turnaround date. If I can find an editor who can give me a January or early February CTO. I was thinking about getting my YouTube channel together, looking forward to learning more about the challenge. YouTube is the place, Jordana. So you have an audience from Twitter. So you're already coming, you would already be coming over to YouTube with some audience already, okay? But for people with no audience, YouTube is the only way, right? Nobody is better than YouTube at saying, oh, Jordana talks about this, this, and that, okay? I know people who are into this, this, and that. Let me suggest Jordana's work to them. Coming over with some seed audience is gold on YouTube. So bringing people over from Twitter and from your app over to your YouTube channel is gold because you're giving YouTube data. You understand this, right? You're a tech person. You understand this. You're giving YouTube the data that it needs to be able to play the matching game, right? Algorithms just play a matching game. These people like this. Can I find more people like that? and introduce them to Jordana's work. So all of that to say, YouTube is the perfect place for you. YouTube is the perfect place for you. Having some seed audience, being able to say, hey, y'all, here's my YouTube channel. Here's a video I just made about this and that. And having them come over to YouTube to watch your videos gives YouTube's algorithm solid gold data that it will then use to bring you more people. So that's good. Yeah, right. People are one or the other. I don't know that. I can't think of I haven't seen an audience, is what I should say. I haven't seen an audience that is equally excited about your shorts and your longs, right? Your shorts and your regular length videos. I have not seen it work for anyone. And I spend my time stalking people's YouTube channels. This is how I learned YouTube. I am addicted to stalking people's YouTube channels and seeing what they're doing. Is it working? What are the results? Are they doubling down? Have they pulled back? I've not seen it, right? Graham Cochran is probably one of the first people who I saw go all in, not go all in on shorts, but say I'm making a solid commitment to shorts and keeping long content as well, making my other stuff, which is more podcast length. And I didn't see any result for him, right? So he did, I don't know, lots of shorts. I've watched people and I have not seen it pay off for anybody. Yeah, yes. 2 hours, 2 hours. Yes. If I try to end a live stream at 90 minutes, y'all are like, no. Okay, no. I don't know who you think you are. Right now, my best performer, not my video with the most views, but my video that is getting the most daily views right now on my main channel, Stephanie Perry, is a 3-hour video, and the average view duration is 1 hour and 10 minutes, which is shocking. I cannot believe that the average person is watching 1 hour and 10 minutes of this video. And they're not mostly subscribers. These are new people, strangers. Long form content is not dead. People love for you to take them on a journey. People love for you to give them a transformation. And it's hard to give somebody a transformation in 60 seconds, right? My video is something about how 1 year off changed me. Something like that. What 1 year off did for me, right? And I did all of the things right. I started out with an attention grabber, which was some pictures in that particular video. I started out with an attention grabber. I asked some questions that were going to be answered later in the video. But even when I normally do that in a 2 or 3 hour video, the average person, after notification gang watches, the average person, the average stranger, only makes it like 20-something minutes through a video. That video, people are watching 1 hour and 10 minutes of that video, and it's taken off. It's doing very well. Don't sleep on the longs, okay? So yes, shorts are here and they're exciting, but don't sleep on the longs. Don't sleep on forming relationship with people, giving people a space on your channel to form relationships with one another. Because like the chat during a live stream, one of the best indicators of whether or not my live stream is going to be suggested by the algorithm to total strangers is, do I get more than 2,000 chats, right? 2,000, y'all know I don't know, comments during the chat. Do I get more than 2,000 live chat comments? That for me, based on my numbers, that for me is the biggest indicator that this video is going to take off, that this video is going to do well. Because for me, my live streams are not my best performers. My pre-recorded videos are my best performers. It's hard to get a stranger to watch a 2-hour live stream. It's hard to get them to even click on it, let alone watch it, right? So don't sleep. So yes, shorts, do them if you like them, but don't sleep on the long content. That is where the audience, the community, the growth is. Okay. Letitia, seed audience from different platforms. Yes. So yes, YouTube loves it when you take somebody from another platform over to your YouTube channel. And then if you can get them to binge watch, oh, gold. I'm not kidding when I tell Jordana, being able to bring some people over to a YouTube video to watch it from scratch, when that is gold. That is data. YouTube then knows, oh, this is who would like this video. I know more of those people. Yeah. So, and this works for everyone, not just Jordana, right? Everybody. If you have an audience of people somewhere, people who raised their hand and said, "I want to hear from you," tell them about your YouTube video, right? Like that's an Instagram follower, that's a Facebook friend, that's a LinkedIn connection, that's a Twitter follower, right? They have raised their hand and said, "I want to hear from you." So if you're making YouTube videos and you're not sharing your video out in that place to tell people it's here, you're hurting yourself, right? They have asked to hear from you. Like, they have volunteered to hear from you. It works for all of us, not only Jordana. Jordana says, "I work in tech. I thought it might be boring for people to watch me, but I got a lot of sudden interest after Essence did a feature on me, hoping to capture that momentum on YouTube." Yes, indeed. Capture the momentum. That's the exact right way to think about it. Yes. It, it always surprises me when people are like, "Oh, but nobody wants to hear about my thing." Somebody wants to hear about anything, right? Like anything. I talk for 3 hours about my own career break. And strangers are watching it for over an hour, on average, over an hour. Like, people want to hear from you about your thing. Somebody does. Not everybody, but nothing is for everybody, right? Somebody wants to hear about your thing. Don't discount it. You can't get boring. You can't get boring enough for people who are interested, right? Listen, what kind of stuff do I watch that other people would find boring? Hair videos, right? I'm interested in hair. How boring to somebody. Like, somebody right now is thinking, "You know what, but nobody wants to watch me twist my hair." You know what I will do? I will sit down and watch a video of somebody twisting her hair. There's no such thing as boring when you're operating within the niche. When you're talking to a specific niche of people, it's not boring. It's for them. It's for them. So yes to that. Yes to capturing the momentum. No to it being too boring. The people who are into your thing are into your thing. If they're into it, they're into it. Okay, you're welcome. Hello, Hidden Art and Hidden Spaces. Hello. Deonda, with zero to very little audience on YouTube, is there a number of videos that will help build both an audience and generate YouTube money? I think that you shouldn't get on YouTube if you don't expect to make 100 or 200 videos for your niche. So I don't know if you're talking about a flat out number or just a frequency of videos. You need to be on schedule. But we've seen YouTubers who make one really amazing video every month, like Feet the Signifier. He used to make one awesome video every month, and his channel was just explosive. The growth on his channel was just explosive. It worked because his videos were amazing and thoughtful, and they were video essays, right? He does video essays on pop culture stuff. He's a black man. So I don't know if you're asking me about video frequency or like just a flat number of videos before you'll see growth. So my take on this is that consistency is not a growth strategy. Being a consistent YouTuber, right, and consistently making videos is not a growth strategy. It's a way to nurture your audience that you have, right? Take good care of the people who are already subscribers, but making videos alone, right? Making a certain number of videos is not the way to grow, right? It's not. The way to grow a YouTube channel, talk to the algorithm, like we've already said. Who else is in this? What is my niche? Who else is in my niche? What videos are people watching of theirs? Make those videos, tell YouTube that you're related to that channel. The stuff that we do in the Get Found on YouTube Masterclass and in my YouTube Success Challenge, that's a growth strategy, right? The algorithm, talking to the algorithm is a growth strategy. And then collaboration is a growth strategy. Collaborating with other people who have some sort of audience, whether it's an audience of 10 or 10 million, right? Collaboration is a growth strategy. I would say also ads are a growth strategy, but I don't know nothing about that. I don't know her. I don't know how to do ads on YouTube to grow a YouTube channel. But there is no number of YouTube videos that will help you grow an audience, because there are people who do Vlogmas every year. They make a video every day in December, and then they do that vlog every day in April, right? So that's 60 videos right there, and then they make a whole bunch of videos the rest of the year, and they still have the same subscriber count from 5 years ago. So there's no number of videos you need. It is the type of videos. You need to make the type of videos that other people in your niche are making and that your ideal viewers are watching, right? You need to make this, I know, okay? I know. Everyone thinks that they're so unique and individual and nobody could ever, and there's no one to compare myself to, but somebody's already talking your talk on YouTube. And so you need to find what videos of theirs are doing really well. And you need to make those videos from your perspective. That is the growth strategy. So there is no number. I've had students whose first video got them more than 5,000 views when they had no subscribers because they found someone who was making the videos that their ideal audience could not get enough of. And they taught YouTube that their video was related to that person's video. And boom, the algorithm was like, oh, okay, I get it, right? Doesn't work every time. Doesn't work every time for me. Doesn't work every time for them. But you can teach the algorithm who to go out and get for you. And that's not related to how many videos you put out. It's related to the kind of videos that you put out. Action VJ, I don't get that people don't subscribe and don't like. What's wrong with y'all? I don't know. Well, I just assume that most people are watching YouTube and doing other things, right? You're just distracted. You're just distracted. Okay, so here's the biggest secret out here. That was dramatic. After you hit 1,000 subscribers for monetization, your subscriber count, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? If people watch your video and engage with your video in a way that the algorithm says, oh, they like her, the algorithm will suggest more of your work to them, whether they subscribe or not. It's a vanity number. I know my number. I know I have 131,000 subscribers on my Stephanie Perry YouTube channel. I know that number, but that's vanity. It's vanity. The algorithm recommends my videos to people because they've watched and engaged with them, not because they've subscribed, except for notifications. Notifications are very important, okay? Having said all that, someone subscribing and turning on notifications and watching your videos, that's really important, okay? Because that notification gang is the first piece of data. Like we talked about Jordana bringing people off of another platform. Notification is that same thing. Notification gang, they are that same piece of data that say, oh, this is a video that they're into. Normally, when Stephanie puts out a video, in the first 2 hours, 1,000 people will watch the video. I don't think the number is actually that high for me. But this particular video, she put out a new video, we told Notification Gang, and this one got 1,500 views. Notification Gang is telling the algorithm, this is an interesting one. And then the algorithm is like, okay, noted. Let's see, if she can tick off a couple more boxes, if she can get a good average view duration, if she can get some good likes and some good comments, then we're gonna go suggest this one to everybody. So don't get too caught up in the liking and don't get too caught up in the subscribing thing. Subscriber count, once you hit 1,000, not all that important. But I understand it. People are busy and they're doing stuff and, you can't assume, I don't assume that people are just sitting there watching me, right? I went to Austin, Texas, and a woman was like, oh, you're in Austin, I'm one of your subscribers, let me pick you up for lunch. And I said, yes, because that's what I do, I love lunch. She came and got me in the car, and she was listening to my YouTube channel in the car, right? So she can't click on subscribe, she can't click on the like button, I don't think, right? I don't know how it works, but I don't think. So I just assume people are doing multiple things, and it's going to take some people 20 videos before they'll subscribe to my channel. But at this point, the subscriber count is less important than liking, than sharing, than commenting. Letitia, how'd you get followers from LinkedIn to YouTube? Okay, let me screenshot this. So we're taking questions. If you just joined us, hi, I just popped in at the last minute, all impromptu, to get some questions for you for a future Q&A. I know this sounds like a Q&A, but it's not, okay? This is just the Q part, to get some questions for a Q&A that I would like to do this next week coming up. I don't have a time scheduled. I should have asked y'all. Maybe let's ask, what day? Do y'all want to do it during the day next week or during the evening next week? And is there a particular day? Just tell me when I should do the Q&A next week. Yeah. Okay, how about that? How to get followers from LinkedIn to YouTube. Okay, we'll talk about how to get people over from one platform to another. On some, it's easier than others. I think LinkedIn is a little easier than most. Instagram and Facebook, forget it. Forget it. Instagram and Facebook hate when people leave their platform and click on something else. I guess all of them do, but Instagram and Facebook punish your content, right? So yes, you go over and you share the video. I don't care. Even if they're going to punish you, you share the video because these are people who have raised their hand and said, I want to see more from you. But then they're going to throttle how many of your people actually see that post. But we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this. LinkedIn is one of my favorite platforms. LinkedIn is the last, aside from Twitter, which is like not real Twitter, but like Twitter is going down the drain. Jordana knows, right? It's going down the drain as we speak, which is why Jordana is starting her own app called Black Twitter. I don't know, Jordana, is it called Black Twitter or does it have a different name? LinkedIn and Twitter are the last networks out there where you don't have to be connected to someone to see their stuff. You just need to have a mutual connection, right? On LinkedIn, just because if I post something and somebody else likes it, then her connections, her LinkedIn connections see that. It's a network, one of the last networks out there. Instagram, remember when you used to be able to see people's likes? You used to be able to see on Instagram what people hit the like button on, even if you didn't follow that other person. And Facebook, right? You used to see everything that other people interacted with on Facebook. Used to be that scrolling feed, remember, on the side? And you could see if I post something and Letitia hit the like button, you weren't friends with me, but you were friends with Letitia, you could see it. They're no longer networks in that way. LinkedIn is still a network. So I'm all in on LinkedIn. So that was a very good question. What do okay. Ask me some questions, Anita. I'm trying to just get some questions for. I'm far behind. I'm sorry. This is what you're talking about. The 2,000 chats. I think that's high. I think that's high. I think that. But it's for me. That's the indicator. For everybody, they would have a different number, right? There's a different threshold based on your average, right? But for me, 2,000 comments during a chat is that this is a video I can guarantee is going to get higher impressions. It's going to get suggested to strangers and to my subscribers. My subscribers don't see most of my videos that come out. YouTube is not like that, right? Which is why I say subscriber count is not all it's cracked up to be. My YouTube has to think my video is good before it will suggest it to subscribers who don't have notifications turned on, right? And that chat number is one of the indicators. All right. Okay, how'd we do? Okay, good. Yes, yeah, I see Mainstream Beauty is giving some advice to Jordana. Yes, right. One of your videos can be a time. That's right. Yes, yes, indeed. Shout yourself out. Shout yourself out. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yes, collaboration is a wonderful growth strategy that many a YouTuber has used, right? You see people doing swaps. Adelia just did a swap on her own channel, right? I have a channel, she has a channel. Let's swap and do a video on each other's channels. Just interviewing people. YouTube is not a zero-sum game. Just because I have subscribers doesn't mean, just because you subscribe to me doesn't mean you unsubscribe to somebody else. So collaboration, wonderful growth strategy. Collaborate with other creators, and they don't even have to be YouTubers, right? Podcasters, bloggers, Clubhouse people. I made some good money. A woman invited me to be a guest on her Clubhouse, and every few minutes she would stop and do like a commercial for my house sitter school. And it was like I had to turn my thing off because back then I still had the app. Gumroad would still do the cha-ching every time I made a sale. I had to turn my volume off because it kept cha-chinging while we're in the thing, right? The people they don't even have to be YouTubers. Someone with some people who are into your thing. Someone with some people who would be your ideal viewers or audience, right? It could just be an Instagram Live, right? This could just be somebody who has some Instagram friends who like to join her on IG Live, and you go in and collaborate with her, and vice versa. Yeah. Yes, collaboration is the first pedal that I pressed on my own channel, right? It's the first thing that I did on my channel that really showed me, that really resulted in growth. We did a 12 days of career breaks. We did a 12 days of career breaks series. Rashida and I did a series, and man, we should have rolled that back out for Christmas this year. It's not too late, I guess. We can still do the 12 days of, we can still rewatch them. We would just have to start after Christmas. I don't know why I didn't think about that until just now. Yeah, right? That collaboration, first of all, collaborating with Rashida, and then second of all, with the women who we interviewed, Blue Start was the first thing that showed us growth on our channels. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So Mainstream Beauty says we should do this Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday is picky, or oh, okay. Adelia goes live on Wednesday or Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday or Wednesday during the day. Okay. Okay. Tuesday or Wednesday during the day. Please do it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Okay. So Tuesday during the day is oh, that's perfect because that's the day, that was my deadline for finishing up the whatchamacallit. So during the day, is that like 2 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday? What do you mean by during the day? Tuesday is usually my day off. I'm usually off Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but I'll do this for you. Since I asked you to pick. My days off are Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes Thursday. I I really only work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the most part, and then sometimes Monday, sometimes Thursday. But I don't work every day, which is why it was so hard for me to get this book done. Okay, so did you answer that? Tuesday, 2 p.m.? How does that sound? I'm gonna go ahead and pencil it in. I'm gonna actually write it down, 2 p.m., and then put it on my calendar later. Tuesday live Q&A. Okay, thank you for that. Okay. Yes, Jordana's app is the Black Twitter app. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, people know about you. People know, bam. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so I'm here to collect your questions, and then this is the last call for questions, so I'm here to collect them. Go ahead and drop them here so that I can answer them Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. How strict should you follow a posting schedule? You should have a posting schedule that you enjoy that doesn't feel strict. I'll say that. You should have a posting schedule that fits into your life, and that should include breaks. Like seriously, your posting schedule should include times when you're not dealing with YouTube. I'm not posting on whatever. I'm not doing a podcast interview. So how strict should you follow it? You should follow. If you're a person who once you get off schedule, you just never come back, follow your schedule. I've done that. I have taken a week or two. I didn't make a video this week. I didn't make a video that next week. Next thing you know, it's 3 months. On my Stephanie Perry channel, 2 different times, I have not made a video for 3 months, just accidentally. If you're that kind of person, get a schedule that fits and stick with it. Okay. Now, if you're the kind of person who can be like, oh, well, I missed last week and the week before, but okay, I'm back at it, then you don't have to be as strict with your schedule. I'm a person who, like, once there is a small problem, we're going to burn everything down. Okay. Small problem, I'm going to exacerbate that thing until it is a disaster. Right. But it depends on you. Some people don't need to be as strict with their schedule because if they mess up, if they slip up, oh well, I'm gonna come back. If you know, if you missed some time, if it was on your calendar and you didn't do it, and you just gonna be like, well, now I got to beat myself up for a few weeks, and then I need to hide from everybody for a few weeks, and next thing I know, 6 months later, and I'm like, here's where I've been on YouTube, right? Then just make a schedule that is easy for you to follow as possible. Seriously, make it as easy for yourself as possible. I mean it, as easy as you can, which is why last year, you probably won't believe this, okay? Last year, I only did 15 pre-recorded videos. Everything else I did was live on Saturday. I only made 15, and 15, the pre-recorded videos are what grow my channel, right? As we've said, my live streams are really long. The pre-recorded videos are my bread and butter, and I only made 15, right? Because I am giving myself the easiest possible schedule. I have decided that as long as I make at least one per month, okay, well, one pre-recorded video per month, I'm checking that off my box, right? And then I have another tier where I'm like 2 per month. right? I didn't reach that. I didn't reach that tier. Next year, my goal is to at least do 2 pre-recorded videos per month on that channel. Winning in education, how do you not get stuck in a certain genre? You talk to an audience of people and you go with the flow. You don't worry about the subject matter. My other channel, Stephanie Perry, covers several subjects. We cover house sitting, we cover career breaks, we cover moving abroad, we cover making money online until I started this one. I've moved that over here. We've even covered YouTube growth over there, which I've moved over here. The way you don't get stuck is that you talk to an audience and you go with the audience flow, right? And then you just try new things. Some videos that I've had, like the Stop Applying for Jobs. I made a video called Stop Applying for Jobs, Grow Your Business. If only for the women who already had a business, right? It came out of some conversations that I'd had and some applications that, anyway, right? And that video did exceedingly well. And when I met with women in the meetups, I did some meetups this year. When I met women in the meetups, they would quote those videos, that video to me, right? Like verbatim. You said this, this, and that. And I was like, yes. And you said this, this, and that. And I was like, Stephanie is applying pressure, right? So go with the flow. As long as you're talking to an audience, your niche or your genre is the audience. It's not the subject matter. You talk about what you and your audience are into. And that's going to change. It's going to change. It's going to change. I don't talk about house sitting all that much. I know it seems like I do because in live streams, people always ask questions about house sitting. But I very rarely plan a house sitting video now. I'm not over it, but I've covered it, right? Go with the flow. As long as you have an audience, it's hard to feel stuck when you're talking to an audience about things that y'all are into, and some of you will grow together. Your interests will evolve together. Ease, I'd never used the word ease in a video in 2019 or 2020 or 2021, right? Maybe 2021, right? But once I did, my audience was like, we're into ease. Talk more, say more about that. And that became one of my pillars, one of my buckets. So that's the answer. Grow with an audience. Once you have an audience of people, you won't feel stuck because y'all grow together. Some of you will grow together. Oh, girl. Sholani El Sol, how to actually create and edit YouTube videos. As a coach, this is something I don't do. I don't help people edit videos. We're not doing it, okay? Live stream is the solution. But as I've said, live stream is, I don't think you should build a channel only on live streams, but I do as little editing as possible. I have Clarice to come in and do the coaching on the editing and the actual creation of the videos. I talk about what videos to make, when to make them, how to outline them. But people who have questions about like the editing and the actual recording, I pass them over to Clarice gladly. I don't have the patience to teach that. What I'll say about it is you're value the information you're giving more than the look of the video. Look at me. Look at me. You've never seen me on YouTube with no earrings. Like, this is the first of all. I've been on YouTube with my hair just looking like whatever. And I've been on YouTube wearing a wrinkled, stretched out, dirty shirt before. And I've been on YouTube with a visible bra before. But you've never seen me on YouTube with earrings. And somebody has been helped by something that I've said in this video today. So we get over ourselves in terms of the look of the video, and we focus more on the value, on the thing that we're giving, on the transformation, right, that we can give people through our content. And we are less concerned with the look. There are some people who have some really beautiful videos, and they're glossy and beautiful, and there's production value. But listen, I can't tell you one thing she taught me. Right? I can't tell you one thing I learned from that person. She looks amazing. Every video, I swear, she must have a makeup artist, right? Like that eyeliner is not do it yourself, right? I swear she's got a makeup artist. And there's lighting. The lighting is good. It's not like this, right? Where I keep trying to move to cover up the light because it's like messing up the look of the, right? But I can't tell you one thing she taught me. I promise you. I think I've seen every video she's ever made because they're beautiful. but I can't tell you one thing she taught me. We are focusing on what we say and what we do and the value that we're providing over the actual creation and the look of the video. That's my, if you are a student of mine, that's how we're going to approach it. If you want to approach things from a more glossy approach, I promise you, I'm not the coach for you. I can't help you. Look at me. Look at me. I can't believe I just was like, because normally I would at least go throw some earrings on and go throw a little concealer, right? I was just like, listen, I've pressed myself up against the wall. My back is against the wall. If I want these questions, I need to ask for the questions right now. And so I got to go live right now. All right. Screenshot. Okay. Sacred at Play. Questions for the Q&A. Topic ideas for good videos. Got you. And how long should videos be for optimal impact? Got you. All right. All righty. Okay. So Tuesday during the day, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Where do I find people to collaborate with? That's another good one. Got the screenshot. Hi, Bronwyn. Especially if they're not people you know personally. That's good. 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday. Okay. How do you get text on the screen? So this is an editing question. iMovie, I use iMovie, and they just have a thing. That wasn't helpful. I'm telling you, I can't help you with that. I can't, that's the most I can help you with. Text on the screen, you have to use something like iMovie. If you're live, you use something like, I use Ecamm Live, Rashida uses StreamYard. Those are the two big guys. StreamYard is the more popular of the two. What are the best techniques for marketing an independently published book? I love this question because this is where I am. This is what I'm learning, right? These are the things that I'm learning today, all right? This is great. All right, thank you. We'll work on this. We'll talk YouTube and book stuff on Tuesday. If there's a certain style of editing you like, there are tutorials for how to edit like certain YouTubers. Yes. You can learn different film terms for the effects you want and search how to execute them. Yes. You can learn it on YouTube. You can learn it. You can learn it. I will say this. The payoff in learning something like fancy editing techniques, okay, is not worth the time, okay? So you have to learn it because you want to learn it, because you want to, and because you're going to enjoy learning this thing and putting it into practice, okay? Not because you think it's going to pay off. I'm fine with doing things because you like it. If you love and if you think you would actually enjoy editing videos and you want to learn real video editing, learn it, okay? But don't expect a payoff. External. Don't expect an external payoff, okay? I've not seen anybody do, right? So the coaches out there who are teaching YouTube stuff and their videos are beautiful, and I can't tell you, they have to have a camera person, right? Like this is not, they're not filming their videos on their laptop, right? I can't tell you what she's ever taught me. When she launches and says it's time to join my program, I don't even consider it. I don't consider buying anything from her. Don't expect a payoff from these things, okay? Do it because you like it, okay? Editing, do it because you like it, not because you expect a payoff, not because you think better looking videos is gonna be more helpful to people, okay? There's a basic level, right? So you have to be visible. You can't be like, you know how some people are in silhouette because they have the light wrong. You know, after you get to a basic point of making your video look and sound decent, there's no payoff above that. So you have to do it because you like it, not because you think it's going to pay off. Yeah, right? Like I could name 3 right now because I am a YouTube nerd. I study YouTube videos. I study YouTubers. I can name 3 right off the bat who I'm like, girl, spend less time on that and more time connecting with people. Right? Connect with your audience. Talk to people. Ask them questions. Answer the questions. That's how you're going to fill up your coaching programs, not looking like you have a stylist. I love that you have a stylist. I would love to have a stylist and a makeup artist someday myself. But that's not going to give anybody a win. None of my clients. Okay, I learned a lot from your challenge. Good. And trying not to be perfect to build my channel. Yes, Sonia, yes. Perfection is not my brand. I'll say that, right? Perfection is nobody's brand. Unless your brand is how to be perfect. Perfection is not your brand, and trying to present yourself as perfect is just putting up a wall between you and your clients and your audience. How do you schedule videos? Good, another good question. Thank you. All right, so we'll talk Tuesday. Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. This is another good question. All right, Ash Inspired. Hi, Ash Inspired Living. Ash Inspired Living. Ash Inspired Living. Yes, I know this. I know you. Hi. What motivated me to write a book? Another great question. Okay, so I'm gonna answer this really quickly, but then we'll talk again about it Tuesday. I want to reach people through another way, right? I want to reach women who would never find me on YouTube. And I like books. I like books. I want to reach more people. And I want to be a book publisher of other people's books. And so it's easy. I'm an easy first client. My dream is to be a book publisher, right? So this is why this new channel is called Stephanie Perry Media. I want a media business where I publish other people's books. And I'm the best first client I could get, right? Because I'm going to be more patient with myself. Somebody else will be like, girl, I'm leaving you. You don't know what you're doing. The way to learn is to do it yourself. So those are the reasons. I want to reach new people. I like books, and I want to start. And I'm starting a publishing company, and it's best to make yourself the first client, I think. How do you find people to interview who are not on YouTube? Thank you. Okay, I got it. I got your question, Nita. I love that you always speak about the most efficient way to do things. Yes. Some people want you to invest time and money on things that don't matter. I hate that. It's really upsetting me. It's really upsetting to see that. When you see that, I'm like, why would you tell people this? Especially beginners. I think some coaches who coach other people on the internet forget that they're talking to beginners. If you're not talking to beginners, you need to say so, right? If you're talking to people who are already making money from their coaching business, and now you're telling them, okay, here's how here's how you get a videographer to shoot and edit your videos. Okay, right? But if you're talking to beginners and you're telling them to get a videographer, get a makeup artist, invest all this money in this, that, and the other before they've made $1 from their business, it's harmful. And some people will just buy it, will just agree and be like, I need $50,000 to start this coaching business. No, you don't. Because I started a coaching business with a YouTube channel and a Canva account. And I've made 5x what I made in the pharmacy tech life, right? Yes, right. I'm gonna do things the easy way. One thing about me, I'm gonna do it the easy way, right? Hi F Doctor, do you recommend taking free courses on LinkedIn and Google regarding digital marketing? Additionally, is Costa Rica still a top tier consideration for my future relocation? Screenshot, gotcha. Okay, F Doctor, the answer to this question varies based on the person. The first part of the question, do I recommend taking courses on LinkedIn and Google? I recommend using LinkedIn and trying it. Some people will take courses on things to procrastinate from trying the thing, right? I would say most things, I think you should take the course after you have tried it, so you know what questions you need answered. It's easier to find the right course for something once you know what questions you have. So YouTube, if you've never made a YouTube video and you've never even thought about talking to a specific audience on a channel on YouTube, how do you know what you need to learn in my challenge or from Get Found on YouTube, right? I teach niche, I teach algorithm, right? And I talk about collaboration. Collaboration is not really part of the challenge, but we always talk about it. But if you have zero YouTube experience, how do you know what you need from a course? If you don't use LinkedIn, how do you know what you need to learn on LinkedIn? Okay, so I'm always, me, myself personally, I'm always gonna do the thing before I get a course on the thing if there's a financial if there's a significant financial commitment. Now, if it's, $8 or whatever, I'm gonna do it. But if we're talking $600, right? I'm going to learn it. I'm going to work at it to see what I need to learn. Now, I don't mean work at it in the hard way. I mean, try it out. Now, okay, so that's me, but there are other people who will never start a thing if they don't have a course or somebody prodding them, which is why so many beginners and new people come to my challenge, because they have said for months and years they were going to start a YouTube channel and they don't start the YouTube channel. So they come to the challenge because we got a deadline, right? You're paying me and we have a deadline. So the answer to this first part of the question is it depends. It depends on who you are. It depends on how, if you're a person who puts stuff into action. If you're not going to ever put it into action, don't stop taking courses. Stop taking courses. Okay. All right. So second, is Costa Rica still a top tier consideration? Yes. I plan to apply for residency here next year. Costa Rica is not for everyone, but I plan to apply for residency here next year. Yeah, I can't stand the way the traditional publishing industry is run. I can't stand it. It's upsetting and greedy, right? So that's why one of the pillars of this channel is like, how do I start and grow an anti-capitalist business, a non-exploitative business? The traditional publishing industry is very exploitative to writers and authors, right? A lot of these people are out here getting between 17 cents and $1 per sale of their book. I'm letting that sink in. Publishers are giving people mostly 17 to 70 cents for every copy of their book sold, for every copy of their $24.99 book sold. They do. It's greedy. It's greedy and wrong. So there are small publishers out here doing things a better way. Okay. Sonia, you totally gave me permission to do things the easiest way. Yes, and that works for me. Otherwise, I get discouraged. Yes, yes, right? We're going to do things the easy way. Okay, friends, so I got a good handful of screenshots for your questions. We'll do a live stream Q&A Tuesday, the 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to pop some champagne on that day. Okay, I have some champagne in my refrigerator. That is the day that the rough draft of my book will be officially done, right? The rough draft will be done. So we'll have some drinks, we'll have a Q&A, we'll pop champagne. I got the champagne in the refrigerator already. I have champagne and peach, so we'll do some Bellinis and do some Q&As. And yes, they're very similar. They're very similar. Predatory. I don't know if I told y'all. Yeah, that was on this channel. I had a book publisher come to me and they were like, we do things a new way. We'll pay you $3,000 to write a book called The Self-Love Workbook for Black Women or something like that. $3,000, but no royalties. $3,000, period. Right? I'm like, no, I can't agree to that. You already know. At the time, I had almost 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I can make more than that in the first month of selling my book, right? Like, anyway. Yes, predatory. They're predatory, right? And so I need help. I don't know how to run a business, let alone an anti-capitalist business, let alone a more equitable, fair business. I don't know how to do that. This channel exists because I want to interview people who can teach us that, right? Who can teach me and us at the same time. This is the only way I know how to get the answers. Because there are businesses out here who do things a fair way, the good way, but they don't have YouTube channels talking about it, right? They're just living their lives, running their businesses. So this channel exists because I need help. I don't know how to do it. Everybody's talking about how to do things the greediest way, how to pay your virtual assistant $3 an hour. I want to live good, right? I want to live good on money. But I also want to be able to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? So this is why this channel exists, because we're going to interview some people together, okay? We're going to find some people, get some answers together. I don't have the answers. I promise you, I don't have the answers. We're going to find the answers. I see your question about Patreon. I'm looking for my link right now. Okay. So I have a Patreon community, and we are so close to having raised all of the money in 2022 to send Maisha Francis on sabbatical. I committed to $25,000. Like, we were going to together raise $25,000 to send her on sabbatical. We're over the $20,000 mark. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Um, and so so very soon, like starting in the new year, first quarter of the new year, we're going to transition into the next woman, right? Who's the next woman who we get to send on sabbatical? So I'm telling you this because that's what the Patreon is for. My Patreon community is at patreon.com/vicarious. And all of the money from the Patreon goes to the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund. And we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. We're over 20K. And I know you're saying like there are 2 weeks left in the year. We're not going to make it, but we're going to make it. We're going to make it. And then we'll get to move into the next. I think next time we probably won't pick the woman until we have the money, because having Maisha wait for an entire year, I don't like that. I don't like it. Even though next year we'll be able to speed it up. We have new Patreon women joining all the time, so it'll be faster next time. Hopefully, we'll get 2 next year, and then 4 after that. But we probably won't pick the recipient until we have at least most of the money, if not all of the money, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay? You're welcome. That was you, Kita. You're welcome. Yes, I saw your question. Okay. Yeah, so that's how you join the Patreon community. The Patreon community does other things. The Patreon community does co-working sessions together, and we'll be talking about some New Year stuff to do. Some new stuff to do in the new year. But yeah, that's how you join the Patreon. Yes, I know. It's so exciting. It took me, well, I don't know if y'all care about this. It took me forever to take the money off of we were on a platform called GiveButter. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the platform, and I didn't like the way I set things up. So then I had to move the money someplace else. And then I just didn't look at it. So the Patreon money kept going into the new platform, but I didn't look at it. And then I looked at it, and I was like, I think when I looked at it, it was like 15 or 16,000. I was like, oh, we got money. And then I kept adding, and y'all kept adding, and the Patreons kept adding in. So we're over 20K, and we'll be at 25K before the year's over. Okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's super exciting. I haven't updated very well on that, and that's something that I need to do better in 2023. There were months where we didn't talk about it because I didn't look at the account. I didn't pay it. I just let it do what it do. Once we hit $1,000 per month in Patreon members, I knew it was going to happen. So then I just quit looking. And then I'm like, oh, we got money. We got to give this money to Maisha. Okay. All right. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Thanks for coming in and asking your questions for me to answer later. So next Tuesday, if you want to have a few drinks with me at 2 p.m. Eastern time here on this channel, we'll do a live stream, Q&A, happy hour, drink, Christmas party. We'll make it our Christmas party. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. I go live tomorrow on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't remember what I'm going to do tomorrow on my other channel. All right. Have a good day, guys. Thank you. Bye.